This is Wednesday, Anna, Twilight-Chapter 3. And the title of this chapter is Phenomenon. The most important thing that happens in the chapter is, of course, when Edward saves Bella from getting squished between two cars. So this is the first time she realizes that not only is Edward kind of an outcast in the school or separates himself, that whole family separates themselves, but she realizes that he is special. He has special powers, abilities. She doesn't really know what's going on, but she knows something's up. So, and there's a couple of things that new things that we see about Bella, her stubbornness and her temper when Edward refuses to admit that he was standing right next to her. And then we also get more of her slash Stephanie's sense of humor, which is one of my favorite things about the books, throughout the books, just kind of the little funny things that Bella says, like she calls Edward a traitor for basically getting her to the hospital to get checked out to make sure she's okay. And in the morning when she wakes up, the ice is on the ground. The first thing she thinks is, maybe I should stay in. It might be safer. So just, little things like that kind of amuse you throughout the chapters. And there are a few things that Bella notices or does in this chapter that are significant. First of all, his family. She sees that they're not really concerned for Edward. They're actually angry, disapproving. They're not happy about him saving Bella. So she can't figure out why that is, what's going on there. Another thing that happens is that Bella lies for Edward. She actually chooses to go along with his story that he was standing right next to her, as opposed to coming from across the parking lot to get in between her and two cars and save her life. So that's an interesting choice. And then also, the last significant thing in this chapter is at the end, and of course we don't actually see this dream until chapter 4, but at the end she has her first dream about Edward. So basically she's just getting more and more interested in him and curious about him, and of course now she wonders if he's a superhero. So, and as we all know, she's a little off base, but not too far. Now the next thing I want to talk about is the quotes. The one for today I love just because it's romantic, and it also just illustrates that we're gonna have the same kind of situation that we have in every book. That there's going to be some danger to Bella. She's going to be worried about it, dreaming about it, thinking about it all the time, and Edward's probably just going to try to sing her to sleep, and there's not going to be any worries, anything to be troubled about. And of course there always is cause for concern when it comes to Bella. So, but I like that quote. And then for the last few days, sorry, I'm just going back and checking these. The thing about Alice, I'm sure that she's taking over the wedding plans, of course. The Edward quote where he just says "oops," that one's kind of a ripoff. We don't really get a whole lot out of that one. And then there's another quote kind of referencing to Alice being controlling, probably about the wedding plans. And then, why am I covered in feathers? That one is definitely the other one that's kind of interesting. I'm not sure what's going on there. I think Anna said something about a pillow fight, maybe. So I guess all things considered, that makes the most sense. Not really sure what else could be going on there. So anyway, that's my take on the quotes and chapter 3. I will see you guys next week. And also on Friday, I have a skit to make, so. And I also have to figure out what my favorite scene is in Twilight. That in itself will be difficult. But anyway, I will see you guys later. Have a good Wednesday. That is, if I can turn off